Welcome. Let's start this bulletin with news coming out of the Senate. Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya is currently appearing before the Senate's Public Accounts Committee to be grilled over the Auditor General report of the 2023 financial year. Let's cross over there live.
Revenue from slaughterhouses and abattoirs is not mutually exclusive to pursuing collection of revenue from the big guys. So let's collect revenue where you can collect revenue. That's why I want to say, Chair.
Chair, just in conclusion, one, I would request your ruling on under collection of 20 million. Number two, Governor, I have not seen, this committee, maybe just the last one, how much is being owed by other institutions outside the county, like Kenya Railways, the national government. And then number three, in your next years and in your report, you have not, or I didn't see in your response, management response, attached any evidence to show that you are engaging these stakeholders. Maybe the governor can provide that evidence, Chair. And then are there strategies? Because we have seen counties like Yambu, like Nairobi, sometimes they provide waivers. Sometimes so that they encourage pay up of, and it is provided under the PMF Act. So, Governor, are there any strategies? Apart from negotiating, are there any strategies like waivers of rate so that you can improve on collection? Because this own source revenue is very critical. And that may be the reason why the CRA were picking that indicators. And I want to inform the Governor, Chair, as I exit, that in fact, during our fourth basis of revenue allocation, it is the CRA indicators that guided on how Trans Nzoia got 1 billion plus extra under division of revenue under this financial year.
Yeah, honorable members, I know we have a lot of experience on this matter, so there's a lot we can advise the governor on. But I think we must move on to the other substantive issues. But the facts are as follows: that on-source revenue dropped by 20 million in the financial year under review. The governor has admitted that there could be data integrity and quality issues. The variations across streams do not make sense, do not add up. So it throws into doubt even the accuracy and integrity of the numbers that have been presented before the Senate. It is also a fact that Trans Nzoia is collecting much less than the defunct local authorities did 15 years ago, and that should be a matter of serious concern. Even if the CRA figures were disputed and 800 million was still the OSR target, the county is only achieving just about 1/4 or perhaps 30% of that target, and that is unacceptable. We therefore would want to recommend as follows. Of course, we will see the positive action taken in subsequent years. The audit is going on. But this 20 million, we must confirm whether it was collected and pocketed, or rather collected and stolen, using the words that you used. EACC, please, you must cause an investigation into the financial affairs and management of the receiver of revenue and collectors of revenue to assure us that every single cent that was collected from the people of Trans Nzoia was reported. And in the event we find that money was collected and not deposited in CRF, please recommend prosecution. Number two, we've got the systems vendor. We will take the written responses, and I think, Clerk, we must write to the systems vendor so that they show cause why we should not recommend a debarment as per the Public Audit Act. Because it is wrong for a system vendor to misbehave in Trans Nzoia and then go to West Pokot and continue doing the same things. So we must also take decisive action. So with respect to the systems vendor, we shall be making recommendations for debarment. Of course, they will have an opportunity to come and explain themselves if they disagree with us. Number three, Governor, we expect you to take administrative action on your officers, even if it means designating a receiver of revenue. Because you cannot come to Nairobi and then you say that looks like there's a problem with the data. It might appear as if some money was stolen. Those are issues that your ROR, I mean, that's the only job of a receiver of revenue, from morning to evening. If you cannot take administrative action on the entire complement involved in the revenue, then we might conclude that you are also an accomplice. And I think finally, we made a mistake perhaps as Senate to take away the fiscal responsibility index. Because when we said we wanted to do a proper objective ranking of counties, these are the things we must look at. Governor Natembeya I believe, I take judicial notice that he's a very popular governor. He's a very visible governor. But now when we come to the numbers, perhaps it tells a story that is different. So we need an objective assessment of counties based on fiscal responsibility indicators. I think we had already agreed that we're going to do that ranking. And I think on this, Governor Natembeya is going to rank very badly compared to peers, because these are now numbers. This is not just about the personal leadership perception of the governor. So we could leave this matter at that, such that even the other issue on termination will take a view when you're writing a report and make a recommendation on debarment. That can allow us in the remaining period to go to pending bills and also to sample a few projects that are still outstanding. We agree, honorable members? Yeah. Fine. So let's go back to report on the executive and start with the issue of pending bills.
And in follow-up, a twin lab and a computer lab are among the